Welcome to day 15 of the 28-day gratitude challenge. Today is magically heal your relationships. If you have had a difficult or broken relationship, are suffering from a broken heart, or hold any resentment or blame toward another person for anything, you can magically change it through gratitude. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationship, whether that person is a husband or wife, brother or sister, son or daughter, partner, boss, business client, work colleague, mother or father-in-law, parent, friend, or neighbor. When we are faced with a difficult relationship or a challenging situation in a relationship, it is almost all cases that we are not being the least bit grateful for the other person. Instead, we are busy blaming the other person for the problems we have with them, and that means we don't have a shred of gratitude. Blame is never going to make a relationship better, and it is never going to make your life better. In fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, and the worse your life gets. Whether it's a current relationship or a past relationship, if you harbor any bad feeling towards another person, practicing gratitude will eliminate those feelings. Why would you want to remove your bad feelings about another person? Bad feelings about another person burn your life, but gratitude will eliminate them. There's a quote from Buddha: "Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned." For example, if you have an ex-partner who is connected to you through your children, and the relationship isn't good, look at the children's faces and realize that they wouldn't be alive if it wasn't for your ex-partner. Your children's lives are one of the most precious gifts you have. Look at your children and give thanks to your ex-partner for their lives every single day. As well as bringing peace and harmony into the relationship, through your example, you will be teaching your children the greatest tool for their life, gratitude. Or if you're suffering from a broken heart or grief to a relationship having ended, you can use gratitude's magical power to transform your pain. Gratitude magically transforms emotional pain into healing and happiness faster than anything else. And the story of my parents is a perfect example of that. My mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight. From the moment they met, they were truly grateful to be with each other, and they had the most beautiful marriage I had ever seen. When my father died, my mother understandably suffered enormous grief. After months of suffering, she began to use gratitude's magical power, and despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for things to be grateful for. She began with the past, and she recalled all of the wonderful times of happiness she received through the decades with my father. Then she took the next big step, and she looked for things to be grateful for in the future. One of the things she found that she remembered she had always wanted to do certain things, but didn't have the time when my father was alive. And with this courageous step of gratitude, opportunities to fulfill her dreams magically poured in, and her life became rich with happiness again. And the magical power of gratitude gave my mother a new life. For today's magical practice, you are going to look for a hot coal that is burning your life and literally turn it into gold through gratitude. Choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. It doesn't matter whether the person is currently in your life or if it is a past relationship and the person is no longer in your life. Sit down and make a written list of 10 things that you're grateful for about the person you've chosen. Think back through the history of the relationship and list the great things about the person or the great things that you received from the relationship. The easiest way to do this is to look back to when things were good before the relationship deteriorated or ended. If the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person, because they are there. This magical practice is not about who's right or who's wrong. No matter what you feel someone has done to you, no matter what someone said or didn't do, you can magically heal the relationship, and you don't need the other person in order to heal it. There is gold in every relationship, even the difficult ones. And to bring riches into all of your relationships and your life, you have to find the gold. As you dig and discover a nugget of gold, write it down and address the person by name and express your sentence in gratitude. Their name, I am grateful for, and what? Here are some examples. Paul, I am grateful for our time together. While our marriage did end, I learned a lot, and I'm so much wiser today, and I use what I learned from our marriage in many of my relationships today. Paul, I am grateful for everything you did try to make our marriage work, because 10 years of marriage means you did try. Paul, I am grateful for our children. The joy I receive from them every day could not be without you. Paul, I am grateful for your hard work and long hours you put in to support our family while I was at home taking care of our children. It was a big responsibility to have all of us dependent on you, so thank you. Paul, I am grateful to you for the precious moments I had with our children as they grew up. I got to see our children talk and walk for the first time, and I know you didn't have that opportunity. Paul, I am grateful for your support when I went through a difficult time of grief and loss. Paul, I am grateful to you for the times when I was sick and you did your best to take care of me and the children. Paul, I am grateful for the times that we had because we did have many. Paul, I am grateful that you want to continue to be a father to our children. Paul, I am grateful for your support and the time you want to give our children. I know they mean so much to you as they do me. By the time you finish the gratitude list of 10 things, you should feel much better about the person and the relationship. The ultimate point is that you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings towards that person anymore, because it's your life that is harmed by those feelings. Every relationship is different, and if need be, you may choose to repeat this practice over several days until you reach a point where you don't have any bad feelings towards that person anymore. If you're using gratitude's magical power to improve a current relationship, you will see the relationship begin to change miraculously before your eyes. It only takes one person to magically change a relationship through gratitude, but it is the person who uses the gratitude who receives the benefits in their whole life. If you choose a past relationship, whether or not you're in contact with this person anymore, you will feel peace and happiness fill you. And at the same time, you will see other current relationships in your life magically improve. In the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use this gratitude practice immediately. You will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger, and instead you will increase the magic in your relationship. For day 15's magical practice, magically heal your relationships, we'll begin with writing our 10 blessings for things that we are grateful for. At the end of the 10, go back and reread your list saying thank you, thank you, thank you at the end of each of your blessings. And then at some point today, choose one difficult, problematic, or broken relationship that you want to improve. Sit down and make a list of 10 things that you're grateful for about that person and write it down by saying their name and that you're truly grateful for what did you learn from them or what did you receive as a blessing. And then just before you go to bed tonight, hold your magic rock in your hand, think about the best moment that you had today, and go to bed in gratitude. I truly thank you for coming along this journey with me. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 16.